Thanks to everyone for clicking on this video. Welcome to my channel. I'm Robyn Wang, a Chinese girl who enjoys reading steamy and fucked-up romance novels. First of all, I'm not a native English speaker, so do not have sky-high expectation for me to use proper grammar and precise word choice. The duet is about Sebastian and Naomi's toxic and twisted relationship. Naomi is a Japanese American who had a crush on the star quarterback Sebastian for a while, but keep it on the wraps. Due to a bet, Sebastian, our hero, started aggressively pursuing her. And so these two began her depraved, kinky, fuck-up journey. As an Asian woman, I'm so glad to see a female lead who has Asian descent, which is quite rare in the dark romances. And I guess this is the main reason why I forced myself to finish reading this whole insipid duet. Sorry to say that, but dear Rina, these two books are full of cliché and stupid drama. It felt like a watered-down version of Untouchable. In the few chapters, they have the identical themes, but without its depth and nuance. I would call it the most disappointing read in 2021. I did the first one 3 stars and DNF the second one, but I did pick out the last few pages to see the epilogue. Here's the list why I don't like this book. The one, the bed, and the pen pal tropes. Honestly speaking, I don't mind all these cliché tropes as long as the author done it well, but what do we have in this duet? Nothing. It's totally unnecessary and meaningless, at least for me. As a so-called professional romance reader, the moment I saw the prologue, Achilles' letter, I knew he was our hero Sebastian, without any doubts. It's kind of like my personal pet peeve. Comparison with the bed trope, I dislike the pen pal trope more. Number 2, the word usage of Japanese culture. I do appreciate Rina Ken's efforts to invest so much Japanese culture in this duet, but somehow I find it quite contrived and comical at some point. Sebastian had a special name for our heroine, Zendele, which means someone who flips them back from hostile and cold to sweet and loving. It fit Naomi's personality, but in kanji or Chinese, it's called 傲娇. We use it as an objective only. It's so weird to name someone, to call someone Zendele as a term of endearment. I can relate to that, and probably out of my cultural background, so all these Zendele lack of its intentional exotic charms. Another funny point is there's a small tattoo in Sebastian's body, which means the weak are meat and the strong eat. I knew exactly how it looked like in Chinese character. Imagine someone who get a survival of the fittest tattoo in his or her body. You won't find it intriguing or edgy. You just think, what's the point? This is merely out of my perspective. Readers who do not familiar with Japanese culture may find it interesting and cute. After all, it's just refreshing to see a diverse romance novel. Number 3, the annoying heroine. What can I say about it? If you want to see a self-absorbed heroine with avoidant personality, congratulations, you'll find it here. I don't understand the whole finding father plot. You know, Naomi's mom bred and raised her for 21 years, but our hero Naomi is so insistent finding her biological father, who she didn't know at all. She always held the ground toward her mom because she refused to tell her why she didn't have a father. And hey, did we just find the communication issues in their blood. Like, I guess it's like mother, like daughter. Regardless all these drives above, I do like the run and chase scenes in this duet. I will say it's only gem in this duet. Rina is a master who knows how to write erotica catered to we masochist's side of mind. But hey, I forgot one important thing to say this. I already shut up my feminist mind when I read a romance book, especially dark romances. It still pisses me off when the whole book is focused on fetishizing and insulting Naomi. Racist football players who talk about several ties to compare Naomi to Japanese porn stars, and the Naomi repeatedly saying, "Please star, please no," to some alerting extent. I know they both into the rape fantasy, and they are two consensual adults who just had no sexual boundaries. But my mind keeps saying no. You know all these stereotypes about Asian women, docile and submissive, and we finally had a minority heroine, and she's just into the rape fantasy. I'm a sucker for dubious consent and non-consent romance book, and I think the Nina G. Jones Depth is a perfect example of that. If Rina can improve a little bit about Naomi's dialogue, this book will be much better. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'll reply as soon as possible. See you next time. People always said practice makes perfect, and learning a language is more about output rather than input. So I hope I can improve my oral English through this channel.